Hello, Align fam. I know a lot of you are already excited for the new year, ring it in right, but I actually encourage you to really take the last 4 weeks, this final month, to make this the best year yet. You still have 4 weeks, right? Right now, today I'm recording, it's November 25th. You have like over like 35 days to make this the best year yet. So this episode is really dedicated to how you can power on your goals for this year. How do we wrap this year in the best bow possible? And then secondly is reflecting on this past year, having the right questions, having the right prompts so that we really head into 2025 with the right mindset, the right goals, with the right heart. So let's dive right in. So I want to first just start off as a reminder of many of you probably have heard this before, but we can never say it enough times. If you don't take control of your day, someone's going to do it for you. And if anything, if you don't know what your vision is and you're not intentional about it, you're just constantly going to be pulled in different directions. So it's so important to be intentional, have a plan, and really make sure you are all every single day focusing on the most impactful things you can do and not get so bottled down by just tasks, right? So, really focused on what your vision is and making sure you're making time for those things every single day and working towards it. Yet, at the same time, I don't want you to over plan. I would love for you to leave room for magic. So, whenever I think about the best things that happen to me every single year, every single month, I do a reflection. Like, what's the best thing that's happened this month? Sometimes even like weekly. It's always these serendipitous, unplanned moments, little moments that are like the most impactful. And when I talk to hundreds of people on a regular basis, it's a common theme of it's these little moments that you don't expect that are the most amazing memories that you carry with you. So I would say, while really keep your eye on the prize, what you want to accomplish, what you want to do, every single day, make sure you make time for magic. Make sure you don't overbook your schedule. I used to be the queen of that, where you look at my calendar, there's like literally no breaks. Make sure you leave some serendipitous breaks or just be open to invites, things you normally don't go to. Maybe even virtual learnings that you normally don't take. Be very open to the ways that you can be blessed by this world. So make sure there's a balance between knowing what you want, going for your goal, making sure it's on your calendar, getting it done, while leaving room for magic. Um, so let's dive right into how can we power through your goals for this year. So I think first I want you to review your goals of this year. For most of you, you probably have like a bucket list or you have a list of achievements you want to accomplish that you wrote probably in December of last year or even on a January 1st, right? So I really want to revisit that list and think about, is there anything on this list that you still really, really want to accomplish, right? And it's okay. Like, listen, we change your mind. Sometimes we have more information about something. We're like, actually, this is not really for me. So if there are things that just genuinely don't align with you anymore and you genuinely don't care about it anymore, don't worry about those items, right? But don't check it out. Don't be like, like I want it, but I'm not willing to work for it. Your desires always point to what you ultimately want to experience, right? And the joy and the learning you're going to get out of it. So never chicken out of your desires and what you really want to accomplish, right? But if there's anything that's kind of like you're over it, not aligned with who you are anymore, then let it go. So now, if you have this list of things you want to check off, I want you to ask yourself how you can literally cross these list items off before December 31st. Okay. So if it's not, I always say if it's not on the calendar, it's on the schedule, you're probably not going to get it done. So, I mean, if you look at my calendar, a lot of my clients' calendars, every hour is booked, or not every hour, but like the hours that are booked are literally items to do, like tasks to do, right? So I always say like calendars look more like to-do lists or dedicated time to do something. It could even be something as simple like, I don't know, like looking for an EA, right? Or like booking holiday. If you really like need to get that done right before year end, so you have to use all your vacation days, literally book time in your calendar to get that done. Otherwise, you're never going to find time to do it, right? So think about these remaining items, how you can literally schedule it into your calendar, get it done. And then for those of you who are, being very honest about there's a project you would want to do, but you genuinely can't get it done by year end. How could you get it the furthest along possible? So that's what my prompt for you is. And then secondly is how can you like say it's going to take you until 2025. How can you shorten that the remainder of time you'll need to spend in 2025, right? So don't be like, I'm just going to kick it till next year. Every single day, we have still 35 days, right? Every day you kick it off, the longer you're going to wait to have that result. So start today. How can you maximize 35 days of this year? How can you maximize this specific project? And then the remaining elements that need to get done, how can you shorten the time that you're going to spend in 2025 to do that? Because technically, it's a 2024 bucket list. So let's kind of finish it as soon as to December 31st as possible. Okay. Now that's just kind of day to day, the to-do list that already exists. Now, these next set of questions are more, I would say, deeper and reflective and really call onto your heart, call onto your soul as to what will really make you happy by year end. So what I want you to do is I want you to get into flow state, get into a state where you're calm, you're comfortable. It could be like with meditation music, or if you can naturally get there. Basically, flow state is a state in which you feel just very calm. You are very like at peace, and you're very open to different ideas. You're not kind of stuck in like a bucket. You're just kind of open to all that's available to you, and you're very calm. Now, in this state, I want you to envision, first question is, I want you to ask yourself, what experience or goal would make you happiest this year? So outside of your bucket list, what experience or goal would make you happiest this year? Then I want you to ask yourself, what experience or growth would make you the most proud to accomplish before year end? Okay. Now, third question is, what experience or achievement would exponentially grow your career or business by year end? Okay. So what can you do within this 35 days to really exponentially grow your business or your career? Next question is, what experience or achievement would enable deep, lasting self-love and acceptance? That's huge. Until you do that self-work and self-love and really like own who you are and your value, you're just going to constantly carry that over. You're going to project it onto other people. So really ask yourself, what experience or achievement would really allow you to deeply love yourself and accept yourself as where you are? And then lastly is, what experience or achievement would allow you to build that dream relationship or deepen your existing relationship, right? This could be applied to your romantic partner. This could be about family, could be about a close friend. But what experience or achievement would allow you to build that dream relationship or deepen it? Okay, so these are just a few prompts that I would want you to get a flow state, think about it, ask yourself, journal it after so you don't forget it. But these are some of the prompts that I feel would just make sure you wrap 2024 in a bow before you proudly and more excited and clean page in a canvas head into 2025. All right, now that's all kind of future focus, more kind of planning for the rest of the year. Now let's look backwards, right? Like I want us to reflect on 2024. So here are some prompts that I've actually asked at my company's Thanksgiving, and it was really, really powerful to hear everyone's response, which was very unique, and people opened up and it was quite deep. So I want to share these prompts with you too, because I think it'll be really helpful for you. So I want you to I want you to review 3 things you're grateful for this year that you normally take for granted. Okay. What's something that you never, really thank yourself or your life or someone for, but this year you were faced with situations that made you really grateful for these things. So that's the first prompt, 3 things. Second is, what happened this year that you didn't know you needed, but thank goodness it happened. Okay. So oftentimes something unexpected happens in your life that comes off like it's a bad thing, but this bad thing actually open up our eyes to the things that need to change, need to improve, things we're not happy with, or things we are happy with. So what happened this year that real that you did you that caused this what happened this year that you didn't think you needed, but you're glad it happened. Okay. Next is how did things turn out better than expected this year? One or two things that turned out better than expected this year. Next is if things surprise you negatively, something happened that was, not so great. What did you need to learn from this? Or what did this thing point out to you about your life or yourself? Because everything in our life is really here to teach us something, even the pain or the bad things. Like everything in life is really here to serve us, right? It's just, are you going to take the lesson? And if you don't take the lesson, you're going to repeat the cycle over and over again in different people's circumstances, right? So I want you to really understand pain has a purpose. And like a wound, once it's healed, it'll be gone. So, how can you heal this pain? How can you process this pain? What's more deep seated in this pain? And more importantly, what were you supposed to learn from this pain? Okay. Next question is if you've slipped this year in terms of your goals or things that you want to get done, but now you really can't finish in time, assess honestly how it happened. Like be honest, right? Don't need to be so emotional about it. Just literally think about it logistically. This is the first time where I'm like, turn off like your emotions and really focus logistically in your brain. What exactly happened, right? And then, because the thing is, when things slip, say you want to eat healthy, right? And you kind of beat yourself over it. You don't eat healthy because you're getting something out of not eating healthy, right? So what you're getting is comfort. You're probably sometimes numbing your feelings. You are dealing with stress with the eating, right? So whatever that slipped that you broke a promise to yourself, ask yourself what by not doing the thing that you want to do, how did it actually serve you, right? What benefit you were getting out of it? Like say for example, for me, waking up early, it is not easy. I am not a morning person. I'm clearly a night person. But for me, one of the things I wanted to do this year was wake up earlier. And let's be clear. Like when it's I have to wake up early to catch a flight, or when I'm traveling and I need to wake up and I get to experience a whole new city and a whole new environment, you bet I'm waking up early. I'm up at 3 a.m. I'm up at 4 a.m. I will literally, this year, I think I woke up at like 2. I didn't even sleep just to catch a flight, right? I didn't care. So it just shows you when you have something that you look forward to or like something that you um, want to experience, you will make it happen, right? But why I was slipping is because, I mean, sometimes I was just genuinely tired. Other times I just, honestly a little bit lazy and I was like, if I could sleep in, let me sleep in. But that's something you have to ask yourself, okay, what are you getting out of sleeping in? And then how can you train yourself to get excited to wake up earlier? So what I do now is I book things earlier in the morning that forces me to wake up earlier in the morning because I'm just excited to go to that thing. Um, Now the next question is if you've achieved everything, and I feel like a lot of you this year have actually, at least from the ones I've speak to, have achieved everything you wanted ahead of schedule, which is so happy. I'm so happy to hear for you guys. But if you achieved everything, how could things have gone more peacefully this year? How could things have been less stressful or less hiccups? Um, I just want to pivot and have you guys change a mindset of like, okay, things were all done. So, you got everything. Is there a better way to do the things that you achieved? Um, and then the last one is fun for all of you guys who are ahead of schedule this year. If you're ahead of schedule this year, what can you do with your free time now? Like, what is something that you can learn? What is an experience you can do? What are some things that you can fill up your time in a very more productive, self-loving, healthy way? So this is what I really want to discuss. That's just a wrap. Here are just some prompts for you to really wrap 2024 in a bow and really reflect on this past year to make sure you learn from your lessons. How could you do better if there was a way they could have done better? And really get ready for the next year in a clean slate, open heart, and open mind. Enjoy, guys.